Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. Well, it seems like there's some issues popping up at Alexee's University due to the petition. And I can't say I feel sorry for her. So let's check out the update on that, and I will share some screenshots that were shared on Reddit about that. So this is News West 9. They just made a update on the petition to remove Alexee Trevizo from New Mexico State University. And as they wrote this, they were stating that it had reached 25,000 signatures. And as I record this, we are at 26,657 signatures to get Alexee Trevizo off of this university's campus. So for those that are not familiar with the case, which I'm sure you are by now, it's 19-year-old Alexee Trevizo. She gave birth earlier this year in January at a New Mexico hospital in the bathroom, and she threw the newborn away in the trash. Didn't tell anybody. And then the poor housekeeper found the deceased baby boy, and she was able to go to prom. That said, the autopsy did come back. The cause of death was homicide, and so she's been charged with first-degree murder. However, her trial is not set to begin until August of next year, 2024. So in this August, which was almost 2 months ago as I record this video, because tomorrow is October 1st, believe it or not, a petition was made to prevent her from going to the university. The judge, when they had their Zoom hearing, as I covered here on the channel, she allowing her to go to school. But as far as we understand, and the university has confirmed this in a statement, she is apparently basically attending classes online. So at this point, the campus is pretty unhappy with her. And again, I don't have any issue with that whatsoever, because, you know, you give birth to a baby in a hospital bathroom and throw it in the trash and tie up the bag and hide it. There's so much wrong with this. There's just so much wrong with this. I thought I saved the actual photo. There was a postcard apparently put on desks in a classroom about Alexee. And one side had a photo of her, and the other side had, I guess, a QR code, so you can go online and look about the case and about what she is being accused of doing. There was a teacher who was very upset by this, and he sent an email to his students, according to this Reddit user. Important regarding inappropriate cards found in classroom yesterday targeting a student. Dear students, regarding any cards found in the classroom yesterday targeting an NMSU student, not a member of our class, who has been in the news, I directed you to throw those items in the trash, as this qualifies as a form of harassment called doxing. And we'll discuss that momentarily. Regardless of your personal opinions regarding this tragic case, doxing a member of our community is not appropriate and will not be tolerated in our building, as it is a safe place for all students. Please discard these items if you find them, and if you are involved in distributing them, know that this will not be tolerated. And they did, of course, block the professor's name, which is, we definitely don't need to know who they are. Here's the thing. Doxing, I'm not saying that this professor is completely off on what doxing is, but there's kind of more to what doxing is, and most of us on YouTube that do true crime and stuff, we are sort of familiar with it. Doxing is an act of revealing identifying information about someone online, such as their real name, home address, workplace, phone, financial, and other personal information. That information is then circulated to the public without the victim's permission. My question is, I don't know what the QR code revealed. From what the Reddit user posted, it just went to a news article about the case. So I'm thinking that this is not exactly a doxing situation. Now, could it be considered harassment? Absolutely. That said, I don't really feel I don't feel sorry for Alexee, and I know most of you don't as well. So she just, she's been free, and she's gonna be free up until her trial. And I think she's gotten at this point the equivalent of a slap on the wrist. And I really truly hope that there's some justice that comes in 2024 for her baby, because that small baby had no chance with Alexee. He had no chance. And that's not right. I'm going to also cover real quick here the other case that we were discussing about the New Mexico 16-year-old. There's still not been a name revealed, and there may not be because they are a minor. Because obviously Alexee was not a minor, and is not. She was 19 years old when she gave birth to her son. But this one is a 16-year-old. So this is an update from the Hobbs Police Department about the deceased baby I previously covered. Maybe it was about 2 weeks ago, if that, here on the channel. Again, this was the baby that was dumped at Covenant Health Hobbs Hospital. So this is the police department's press release. Update. Deceased baby found at CHH. On September 13th, 2023, officers with the Hobbs Police Department responded to the Covenant Health Hobbs Hospital in reference to a deceased baby found in the restroom area of a patient room. This case is currently being classified as a death investigation. As explained in the initial press release, an autopsy has been conducted in Albuquerque. However, the results from the Office of the Medical Investigator have not yet been finalized. We have been informed that a final determination may take up to 90 days due to the complexity of the OMI forensic investigation. In the interim time, the Hobbs Police Department has completed all relevant interviews and available evidence collection. At this time, there have been no criminal charges filed. The Hobbs Police Department will necessarily wait for the OMI's final determination before forwarding any recommendation to the District Attorney's Office. If you have any information regarding this incident or any other crimes, you can report it by calling dispatch at 575-397-9265 or contact Lea County Crime Stoppers at 575-393-8005. And it also says you can also message privately on Facebook. So again, that's in regards to the 16-year-old. So it looks like they're not sure, but I'm hoping charges are going to be filed in that one. Whether the child was alive or not at the time of being dumped, that's going to make a difference as well, because if it was stillborn or what have you, it would probably just be tampering or some sort of other crime. But we need to make sure that we charge these young people, because you can't get away with giving birth to a baby and throwing it in the trash. They're not trash. They're not garbage. These are real human beings. And I do agree with those that said in the previous comments that the Alexee has the fact that she right now seems to not be having any consequences is not helping situation, because again, this is also New Mexico. So do I think that this is causing some? Absolutely. But these young people need to realize she still hasn't accounted for her actions. It's coming. Unfortunately, a lot of times these, trials take a while. I mean, it's not like when you watch Law and Order, on TV. It's not, nothing happens in 45 minutes or what have you. So it takes a lot of time for these to come through. The fact that she's out on bond, though, and able to go to school and seemingly having a quote-unquote normal life is definitely not helping matters. But there is a good update they have here. This is really good news, you guys. A baby box saves life in Hobbs, New Mexico. So we just had the 16-year-old who dumped hers in the trash at the hospital, very, very much like Alexee. But then this one here, this person did the right thing. This is why this needs to be highly publicized, because obviously a lot of these young people aren't getting it. Again, this says baby box saves life in Hobbs, New Mexico. The baby box located at Fire Station 1 in Hobbs, New Mexico served its purpose on Saturday, September 23rd, when a newborn baby boy was placed inside the compartment safe and sound around midday. Kudos to this mother. Hobbs Fire Department's B shift responded to the safety alarm, which notified staff within the building, key personnel, and dispatch as soon as the compartment door closed. The infant was immediately transported to Covenant Health Hobbs Hospital to be examined and receive medical treatment. Again, same facility that the previous unidentified 16-year-old decided to dump her baby in the trash. It is important to note the child was found to be healthy and well cared for when found by the fire department personnel. Further updates will be released upon finding. City Manager Manny Gomez said a miracle happened in Hobbs today when staff responded to Station 1's baby box alarm to find a healthy newborn baby boy safe and sound within the incubator. This is all that could be hoped for in such a situation, and staff are elated that the safe haven baby box served its purpose perfectly and a new life was saved. Amen. This device has created a safer environment for newborn babies and families in our community. We would be remiss to not thank Monica Kelsey with Safe Haven Baby Box, Mecca Therapies, looks like hashtag Pain Free Birth, the state of New Mexico, and Senator David Galakos for their work and funding which made this device possible. Lastly, I commend the Hobbs Fire Department for their diligence, sensitivity, and care during this situation. Each police department, fire department, and hospital are considered to be safe haven sites. This needs to be highly publicized everywhere, especially schools. By New Mexico law, and shall accept an infant without the individual or parent being subject to criminal prosecution. A newborn baby up to 90 days old may be surrendered at one of these sites without worry of repercussions to the parents in the state of New Mexico. So, hey, Alexee, all you had to do was surrender your baby. That was it. All you had to do was surrender it. You wouldn't be in all this, and I think baby Alex would be in a good home right now. Bottom line, I do think that there have been a lot of, unfortunately, in recent years, young people dumping their babies. I mean, we just had Avila, and she's in jail for that, dumping her baby in the dumpster. And then, of course, Alexee is right now the most known, it's gotten the most press, media coverage, social media, and it's hard to not say that it's not affecting these other young people like this. It could, I think it potentially did affect that 16-year-old, who dumped their baby in the hospital bathroom. But yet, you had another one who surrendered her baby, or his baby, could be the dad, you never know, and they put it in that safe haven box, and guess what? That baby's fine, it's safe, and mom and dad, they don't have to worry about it. They don't have to worry about being charged with any kind of neglect, murder, anything. So these young people, to me, there's no excuse, zero, for them to be dumping babies in the trash anywhere. There's safe haven boxes everywhere. I think every state has them. I don't believe any of the states in this country don't have them. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments if your state does not have it. But I believe, from what I understand, every state has them. And usually it's fire departments, police departments, and hospitals. They're all safe havens. So there's zero excuse for people like Alexee. There's zero excuse for it, in my book. And it's just sad. But this one case is causing further harm, and some people might say it's not causing further harm, but I think it is. I really do, because she's so highly publicized. I'm pretty sure that 16-year-old probably knew who she was. She's in there. This is New Mexico. We have to educate these teens. Obviously, like I've said before, the first thing is to not have sex, but if you're going to have sex, you need to be, using, protection. And the lastly thing is, if you happen to get pregnant, you need to give up your baby in the right way. It's not, it's not planned for, I didn't want it, I want to go to college. Okay. But that little baby did nothing wrong. All it did was, it was conceived. That little baby did nothing wrong. And I'm sorry, I don't care if you're its mother or not. In my opinion, you don't have a right, to decide when you want to end its life. So I think that, especially when these girls are going full term with it, because obviously a lot of them are. They're going through their full term, and then they're giving birth, at home in a bathroom, whatever, and then they're just throwing them away. Educate these young people. Put up information in high schools, but tell them. Obviously, you want to tell them to not have sex, but we all know that's not going to work for all of them. But if you get pregnant, you need to explain to them that they have an option to give up their baby once it's born. And they can just put it in a safe haven box or drop it off at the hospital. That's it. And there's plenty of people who can't have a baby, can't have their own children, that would love to adopt yours if you are one of those young people. So I definitely think getting that education out there to these young people, and also making Alexee answer for what she did, is going to be another big one. But hopefully in 2024 she'll be having an answer for that. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments on all this stuff. Like I said, we're probably not going to get too many updates on Alexee since we're quite a ways away from her trial, but obviously the petition and a lot of the school stuff going on is huge right now. And I'm pretty sure that's not going to die down anytime soon. All right, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.